In many ways, Btech Murs-V2 continues the success story of its predecessor, the Murs-V1. The combination of attractive pricing and decent features make the V1 a value for money deal too good to skip. The V2 slides in at the same spot. The change between the two models isn't drastic, but a few make the new version more modern. Btech Murs-V2 has a more crisp display with a better backlight, and the battery can now accept a USB-C cable for charging. There are multiple charging options here, and you can still use the conventional CH8 desktop charger. This option can be pretty useful for commercial use. A small red LED comes up at the base as the radio charges, turning to green once the charging is done. The radio uses the common 1800 mAh BL8 battery, which offers roughly 18 hours of use on a full charge. The radio is compatible with any BL8 battery packs and accessories, so users can change this to better suit their requirements. The larger charge comes to the chipset, and that's what really matters. With this upgrade, the V2 performs slightly better and faster. You get 200 fully programmable channels, plus the ability to arrange or modify them. Overall, it's just easier and more intuitive to manage channels right from the keypad of the radio. Of course, you can still program it to suit your needs, and it works rather well with chirp. You can also use this to name up to 15 channels. The same goes for privacy tones. You can change them directly from the keypad. Once a tone has been changed, the radio will save it automatically. This feature is pretty useful and makes things quicker. It also leaves room for mistakenly changing tones and messing things up, so exercise caution. Murs-V2 can watch two channels simultaneously using its semi-duplex receiver. It's not a true dual channel, but it gets fairly close. Each channel takes a line on the screen, so it's easier to track and monitor them. The PTT function is split between the two channels, much like the display. There are two PTT buttons, with the upper button working for the upper line on the display, while the lower button works for the lower channel on the display. That's another useful feature for commercial users looking for a new Murs radio. Other notable features of this radio include NOAA weather scans, FM radio receiver, LED flashlight, Vox, CTCSS and DCS codes, 3-color display, Roger beep, DTMF encoder, and transmission timeout timer. Some of Btech's promotion presents the Murs-V2 as an IP54 waterproof radio. That is a long shot if ever there was one. IP54 means that the radio will withstand a small splash of water or very light rain and normal dust conditions. Get into tougher weather and environmental conditions, and there's a good chance of damage to the radio. Overall, Btech Murs-V2 is a feature-rich Murs radio with a great price tag and a good range of accessories and options to work with. The good value and transmission quality make this a decent choice if you're looking for the best Murs radio. To sum up what I like is the good value for money. It's easy to switch between high TX, 2 watt, and low, 0.5 watt, crisp display, several options keyboard programmable. It works with chirp, good range of battery accessories, NOAA weather channels, and good audio. On the downside, IP54 protection is average and included antenna is below average. Our rating for features is 9 out of 10. Build quality, 8 out of 10. Audio quality, 8 out of 10. Value for money, 8.5 out of 10, for an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10.